Hey everybody, Resmatter here. I am back from my vacation and I am ready to dive back into my Made in Abyss react and discussion series. So today I'm going to be watching episodes 7 and 8, and we left off with Riko and Reg getting to the Seeker camp. So they are now, I believe, are they on the second level? Either way, they are past the point where they can no longer be rescued by anybody, so they're on their own at this point. And they already ran into a lot of dangerous creatures, and really bad situation. But thankfully, Reg managed to kind of like hack deep down into himself and like pull out like some powerful attack, similar to when he first rescued Riko. And so at least there's that. At least she's got a powerful ally on her side. But like I said, they did make it to the Seeker camp to meet the White Whistle Ozen, I believe is her name. I said her name like 5 different times last time. Sorry about that. But so they did meet her, and she was just about as chilly and, unwelcoming as the big guy warned that she would be. And she was the one who helped rescue Riko, bring her to the surface, and she seems to not be super happy to see Riko again. And Ozen has let her know that her mother is most likely dead in that letter that she got, saying, to come find me. Like apparently there's a grave where like she found the notes and the whistle and all that stuff. So she's most likely dead, and this whole thing is just a doomed like effort. But I feel like maybe she's just trying to scare Riko off. Maybe she knows more than she's letting on. And we left the last episode was this gigantic like cube looking thing. It was like a relic, I believe, and something very important apparently. So we don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's what we're going to find out in these episodes. So it has been a while since I've watched it. I'm a little rusty. Hopefully the information I just said was correct. So anyway, we're going to go ahead. We're going to watch these episodes, and I will tell you guys my thoughts afterwards. So let's get into it. Oh yeah, there was that weird thing too. Looked like something out of Silent Hill, and Ozen herself was quite creepy. Very intimidating character. Because there was that whole thing about like, I guess as they get further down into the depths of the abyss, like they start to kind of lose themselves a little bit, and they lose their humanity a little bit. So that might explain why Ozen is the way that she is. But yeah, like I said, it's unlikely that Lyza is still alive, but I don't know. I feel like Ozen is kind of not telling Riko everything, and maybe she's holding out information from her. Maybe in her own, like, harsh way, like tough love. Maybe she's like, your mother is most likely dead. I don't want you to encounter the same fate, so you should probably turn back and not explore this anymore. Or maybe there's some information that she doesn't want her to find out. Who knows? I just get back. Good to get back into the show again. But we're gonna be, let's see, how many episodes? 13 episodes, I believe, in this chapter, or this season. So I'm gonna be like, I'm already over halfway through yet. There has been some moments, some dark moments, but nothing quite shocking left. I feel like they're gonna be keeping those. People have told me be patient. They will come. But I'm assuming maybe they'll happen like maybe towards the end. And then there is another chapter, or another, I keep saying chapter, there's another season, and then there's also a movie apparently as well. Oh boy, those look like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Those are like plague doctors, that one. One stands unrivaled in terms of physical strength. Ozen the Immovable. Good, I got her name right. Oh my gosh, we actually get to see these guys again. This is a flashback, I guess, to like... Oh, this must be like in real time. I'm glad we get to go back here again. I was like, are we just never going to get to see the surface again? Damn, 50 years, she's aged well. Apparently she's, like, defeated aging. Must be something to, like, maybe it is something to kind of halt aging a little bit. Because she's got some gray in her hair, but other than that, I'm like, I don't know, she looks pretty good. I don't think there's any way she would tell them about the vessel. So that must be what that cube thing is the vessel? Interesting, okay. So maybe Ozen might be a little bit of a dangerous person. This thing looks like it's the secret to the universe. Like, it looks like it's just pure energy or power. Oh, okay, so it was Lyza's. Okay, yeah, that thing looks a little disturbing. Like, you don't want to get too close to it. Okay. Was that the thing that she was carried in? No. Okay. Whatever is placed inside still gets affected by the curse and dies. Whoa! What? Oh, wow. Holy shit, it brought her back to life. But it cursed her. Maybe that explains why she's got the glasses as well. She's like a zombie, basically, brought back to life. Is that what that thing was that she encountered, that monster? Ah, yeah, okay. God damn, she's so fucking creepy. She's like a creepypasta as a person. Ooh. Wow, that's, man, we are getting some harsh information right off the bat. Damn. Oh my goodness. Body. What does that mean? She apparently she's got like strength, right? Crazy strength. Don't tear off his arm, because then they're fucked. So that's what he's called. I guess Obad Child is what she said. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he's got some memories of something. So they don't want them at the surface. So it's like they knew about these things, but they don't want them at the surface because they have memories of something she doesn't want them to know. There's like something in the abyss, maybe like this the secret of the abyss. He knows it, but like he lost his memory for it, and she doesn't want them. She doesn't want people to know it. Okay. Damn, this is escalating very quickly. Just be funny if she made him bitch slap himself with his own hand. Maybe Riko's gonna step in and save him for once. Because he's always saving her. Riko is still probably a little shaken up with all that information she just found out. Plus, I don't think there's much she can do to defeat someone like her. I wonder if, like, maybe Riko's got some special powers based on the fact that she was, like, brought back to life inside that relic. Apparently, she's got a curse that will eventually kill her. God damn! Oh, the glasses. I knew the glass, like, she's probably gonna have her glasses break. And those things are supposed to protect her, right? Damn! Wow, just one smack. Wow. She's like just vaguely interested rather than nervous about this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Jesus. I don't know what to think about this woman. So she took in this child and is looking after them, but then she has no problem smacking other kids around. Oh, interesting. So yeah, they said that she's got to have some sort of relic, right? Every person, every white whistle has a relic to help them. Oh, we're not gonna lose. We oh shit, we're not gonna lose Reg so soon. No way. I mean, people did say some stuff was gonna be happening, but I'm like, no. Like she's fucked if she loses Reg. I'm waiting for her to like unleash some sort of like deep down power she has that she doesn't know about. Is she gonna like? Is she like connected to Reg and is gonna like unlock some power? Maybe it's a whole thing about like the power of friendship. Like they're like psychically linked or something, and I want to believe that he can be saved. No, it's like some that's the inside of his brain. Or oh, oh. Okay. Oh, we've got more people now. So she busted him up and then fixed him. Aw. Now what happened to the one that the I think it's supposed to like I don't know if they're a girl or a boy. I think it was implied they were a boy, but dressing up like a girl. But like, where did they run off to? Okay, that's it. Maruluk? Maruluk. Oh, shit. I guess that's just the thing everybody seems to do in this world is just strain children up naked. Okay. God, that face, though. It's so creepy. Well, damn, she put on a very convincing act. So that's just her, like, I'm testing you to see if you're worthy of, like, continuing on. I don't know what to think about this woman. I guess, like, tough love, very, very tough love is the best way to describe it. I wonder if what she said about despising Riko, I wonder if that was an act or if there was some truth to it. I knew it. I knew it. I guess this whole thing she was just saying your mom's like testing her to see like how good is her resolve. Will she just give up and leave, or will she fight and not believe me and just continue on? Is that Lyza? I guess if she like ages very slowly or barely ages. Apparently she just like, I just like hitting children. So the interesting thing is, I wonder if Ozen, like she did say that she dug up the grave. I wonder if she's made any like real attempt to try and find Lyza, considering that she's her mentor, or if she's like, well, I gotta look after this other kid. I can't be going to do that. Again, you got a training montage. So I wonder if like this season will just be like them training to go further down to the abyss, because there is a whole lot of other content of this show after this. So I feel like we won't quite get an answer to everything at the end of this season. Oh no, you can't use that thing for 10 days. You'll always faint after around 10 minutes. Okay. I was afraid when she said you can't use that thing. I just meant like you can't use your arm at all as like extra thing. Be like, learn to survive without it. All right, that feels like some foreshadowing. So he's got to be really careful that that incinerator, it can't just be like that's a last resort. All right. Well, definitely some interesting information there. The whole thing about Riko basically being like a zombie and possibly afflicted with a curse, right? Did I like understand that correctly? There was said the curse will eventually kill her. And then there was that thing with like her glasses as well. Her glasses protect her because they said that like she did have something like when she came up to the surface and the glasses are there to like protect her. I wonder if like that's what that curse is. I'm waiting like eventually like I feel like she's gonna like she loses everything else. She lost that one relic. She lost her notebook. I feel like something's gonna happen to her glasses and then she's not gonna have that protection. All right, so we're on episode 8 of 13. So wonder how long these 10 days will last in the span of like the show. Will that be all this chapter? Will it be the rest of this season? Who knows? I would say her armor or whatever, that thing looks badass though. Yeah, this all does feel like quite a bit of foreshadowing. Yeah, not quite as nice as the first layer. It was all like bright and just looked like a nice forest area with nice waterfalls and rivers and yeah, I can only imagine as you get down into the depths because they're still relatively high up. It's just gonna get worse and worse. There's some other things that were like uh that you see at the end, like in the end credits, there was like those little rabbit creatures that look like they're friendly. They're like rabbit girls. So I wonder when those creatures will be encountered. You think that like, once you get down a certain depth, like the monsters are just going to get more and more aggressive. So, I mean, I guess at least we might have some, you know, creatures that might actually be allies. And in the opening credit too. Like, yeah. Can't believe I haven't commented on that yet. So far we've met a lot of the people from like, that are in the opening intro, but at least Ozen did say that like most of the creatures are not, I would not go towards something glowing. I feel like that would be the opposite, especially if it's like a weird purpley red glow. That does look quite pretty though. But that to me, I'm like, I don't know. That doesn't look like drinkable water. Okay. Okay. But yeah, it seems like, yeah, most of the creatures here are not aggressive, so that's good. But, I mean, I'm sure they're going to encounter one. Oh, that looks like something's just going to jump out right now. Well, that was quick. So much for that. Like, most of the creatures here are relatively harmless. Like, they were left alone for, like, maybe 10 minutes. And I was like, well, have to be careful. Or maybe the opposite, that they'll want to check things out. Ugh, these are like mosquitoes of this world. They're like attracted to light. All right, so it looks like we're skipping on ahead. So that's good because I want to see them get further. I want to see what the depths of the abyss looks like. I'm very curious about like what Reg's all about. Like, what's his deal? About like About losing his memories and what information he might know. I mean, if they caught one of those things, they'd probably have meat for the rest of their time there, so that would be good. He's like, why am I a robot that has a sense of smell? Why? Oh, lovely. It's so interesting that it looks like it's, I don't know, like it looks like it's not been finished drawn yet. Like compared to the rest of the art style, it looks like it's a sketch. It's very interesting looking. Damn. I feel like it could be also the opposite, right? It's like if they depend on each other too much, if one of them dies, they're fucked. Oh my god, I hate it. I hate that face. Well, I can kind of understand more, I hate to say it, more from a point of view where she was like, I was ready to abandon you. But knowing that at first Riko was stillborn, I could see her, like, from a practical point of view, being like, well, there's no point keeping a dead baby. All right, so there we go. So, didn't even last a full episode. Oh, they are not looking so good, though. They're barely into the depth of the abyss. I wonder if they're feeling the effects of like just tiredness or I know I think it's more the ascent than the descent. When like you feel sick, but still. Oh, I can only imagine how nice that would feel. That'll be like the best sleep she's probably gonna have for a long time before they're kicked out and they have to continue on. Oh, such a sweetie. Nice to know, even though Ozen's quite speaks quite cruelly to them, that at least Maruluk is nice. Probably got that name wrong. Oh yeah, there's that pattern. I wonder if that pattern might be related to that relic. Like the cube. That's also just called as you get older. I mean, she's quite old, so she knows that, but like, yeah, the older you get, I'm certainly feeling it, that time goes by so fast. Oh, that would be crazy if they did manage to return to the surface and like all of their friends were like 10 years older and they didn't realize that how much time had passed. Oh, so it's not just that time feels like it goes differently, it is actually different. Oh, oh, Jesus. Yeah, she's like, man, if you guys think that I'm harsh, I'm still up on a relatively high level. The further down you get, they just look like villains. Like, they're probably mad. She's like, I'm the nicest of them, actually. He literally is not as kind like I am. That would be crazy too. Like, what if Lyza was down there and she'd gone mad and like didn't remember Riko or? Oh, interesting. They're saying it's not Lyza. Watch, Riko immediately loses it. It's like, God damn it. but can only be used a few more times. So same thing, you have to be careful with it. That's just not her style as well. Aw. Yeah, that's gotta be a bummer. Probably being like, I make these friends, and they don't come back. Crawl toward the abyss, which is creepy. So that's so that's interesting. That's why she has such a call to it. Maybe it's not just because she wants to find her mother, but because because she was born in the abyss, she wants to return to the abyss. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Interesting that the mom wants her to know. Okay. So she just did exactly what her mom told her to do. Oh my gosh. The depths, third layer, great faults. That would be a no from me, dog. Absolutely not. Well, okay, so what they say at the fifth level, that's when people really start to like lose their minds. So they're slowly making their way down there. All right, well, that was interesting. We definitely got like some new information about Riko and her mom and stuff. And I'm glad that they didn't stretch out the training for too long. And now we'll get to see a new depth after. And I guess as you see down here, with each, like, when are they going to meet the rabbit girl? That's like the one that's in, I think will be soon, you'll see her. Okay, so like I said, we definitely got some interesting information. The big thing definitely being that Riko is essentially like a zombie come back to life through the power of the relic that can take a dead thing, you put it in there, and then it will come back to life. So that's pretty crazy. And then I believe they also said something about like there was a curse. Like when something is put in there, a curse is put upon them and it might kill them sooner rather than later. So Riko has been like brought back to life, but apparently with some consequences. So that's pretty shocking. And the whole like fight scene with Ozen and Reg was just so cool. Just like I was just wondering like what is going on with her, and apparently it was all just a test, similar to when the big guy was going after chasing down Riko and Reg, just to basically see like I just wanted to, I'm not actually trying to bring you back, but this was a test from your the leader, whose name was introduced. I think this was his first time. I forgot what his name is. Of course I did. I believe it started with a K. And then you find out that he's basically been tasked to protect Riko from people who might be coming after her, which is interesting. I guess maybe because she's Lyza's daughter, and the whole thing, like, I don't know if they're after her because of, the whole, like, relic thing, and she was brought back to life, if people know about that, or if that was just a secret, like, that's just something only Lyza and Ozen know, or if they would just kidnap her or do something worse to her because she is the daughter of a white whistle. That was some interesting information. I imagine that will probably be coming back later at some point, but... And then there was a mention of, like, Riko's father that's barely been talked about. I guess he wasn't very well liked by Ozen, apparently. And Riko, I guess, doesn't really know anything about him, and, since, like, he died before she was even born, so it's just interesting that she has never brought up her father at all. I guess maybe just he was just a insignificant person, whereas her mother is like, a white whistle and is like a, like a hero to the people. So she's more proud of her mother and knows more about her mother. And then, yeah, so Riko basically just being put through the ringer by people just wanting to test her to see if, if like she's worthy of being able to continue on with her journey. And yeah, it's just like all of this little information. I'm sure I'm missing a whole bunch here. What else? What else is there to talk about? I guess the other thing too about how Ozen said, like, as soon as she was born, like, things that are like put into the cube, they immediately want to head down into the abyss. It's like they're just drawn to it. So maybe like her mother wanted to go down there for some reason, I guess, to just continue looking for things. And that whole speech at the end that Lyza had about how like she doesn't want to basically, I guess, like coddle her daughter too much or be around too much because she doesn't want to influence her daughter, let her make her own decisions. I wonder if like the mom knew that because of the way that Riko was like born in the abyss, that she would eventually make her way down there. I'm pretty sure it was implied, like she knew eventually like Riko would want to go down there, because she did say to Ozen, like, if you do see her when she does come down, eventually, like, can you tell her about the truth about, her, how she was born, and like information about me, and just like tell her all of these things. So it's like she knew that her daughter was probably going to eventually go down into the abyss. And then there was, the whole thing about like Ozen could possibly be alive, that time also works differently in the abyss, where time just moves differently down there, and it moves more slowly, I guess. So her mother could very well be alive, but then there's that thing about the notes about like, come find me, might not have been written by by Lyza. Oh, and then there's also the whole thing about like there's other white whistles as you go further down into the depths, and apparently they're even worse than Ozen, so that's interesting, I guess. Ozen saying like you might want to be careful of them because they're not as nice as I am, and they looked pretty badass from like their silhouettes. They're almost like I feel like they'd be boss battles, essentially. So there's just a whole bunch waiting down there, and now Reg and Riko are about to descend into the third layer, slowly but surely making their way down. And I imagine, like, being sent off by probably the nicest people they're going to encounter in a while, it's probably just going to be that much worse. Hence why they had to, do the training, make sure that they're up for it. So I imagine it's probably going to get darker, and there's going to be even worse things potentially happening. I'm still wondering when that bunny girl is going to be brought up, because she seems like she might be a person that, or a creature that would be kind to them. So I'm looking out for her. I wonder if she will be introduced soon, or when, like, how that's going to play into it. But I think that is all the information. I'm probably missing some stuff, but there was just a bunch of little nuggets there. So if there's anything that I didn't bring up that you guys, want to talk about that you think might be important information or interesting, as long as it doesn't spoil anything, feel free to leave those in the comments. I hope you guys did enjoy this long overdue episode of 7 and 8, and stay tuned next week for 9 and 10. Crazy to think that I'm already almost done at least the first season of this. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Kiori Makoto, SM, Revealing Storm, Tequila Mockingbird, Asborn Kennedy, Harry Gazif, iCognito, Jared Fan, Joel Oostman, and Zoran Ether.